Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Imran Riaz Khan to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Imran Riaz Khan's words. Imran Khan, in my opinion, has made his harshest tweet since he went to jail. Why did he make such a statement at this time? I will read that tweet to you and you will get an idea. He then said, "What hasn't Asim Munir done for his illegitimate 10-year rule? First, he strangled democracy. Then, on May 9th, he orchestrated a false flag operation to crush the largest political party. On February 8th, when the public overwhelmingly voted for Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and we made a clean sweep, this mandate was shamelessly stolen. The people's mandate was stolen and convicted criminals were handed power. Then the judiciary was paralysed, and through the 26th constitutional amendment the hands and feet of judges were tied. The judiciary was turned into a government department. Third, media freedom was crushed. The concept of independent media in Pakistan has completely disappeared." He said, "With great difficulty, Pakistan had achieved at least two relatively independent pillars under its democracy, an autonomous judiciary and a free media. But because of Asim Munir, both have been destroyed. Democracy in the country is currently suspended. Human rights violations are at their peak, the judiciary is enslaved, and the media is terrified. Since Asim Munir became chief, he has tried to worsen relations with Afghanistan. Right after becoming chief, he issued threats to Afghanistan, forcefully expelled Afghan refugees living in Pakistan for 3 generations, carried out drone strikes there, and did everything possible to provoke them into a war with Pakistan. He wanted to create an atmosphere of terrorism in Pakistan so that he could present himself as the only one capable of fighting terrorism, especially to anti-Taliban Western lobbies. Because of this oppressive system, Pakistan's economy has slowed to a crawl. Foreign investment is zero, the lowest ever in Pakistan's history. In the last 3 years, the country's debt has doubled. Every Pakistani today is sinking in debt." In the second part of his tweet, Imran Khan said, "Before the elections, when fear was widespread, I predicted that PTI would make a clean sweep. And that's exactly what happened. Today, I'm making another prediction. The current environment of injustice, oppression, fascism, lawlessness and economic destruction is pushing Pakistan rapidly toward the same fate as Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. I instruct all my parliamentarians and party members, now is the time for true opposition. Whoever does not rise to this occasion is digging their own political grave, because this is the voice of the people. We tried legal avenues for everything from the stolen mandate to all forms of oppression, but we did not get justice." After this tweet came out, immediate reactions began surfacing. At 5:30 in the evening, a report came in that the Toshakhana 2 case would be heard in Adiala jail the next day. But when it became known that Imran Khan had released such a strong statement from inside jail and it was out in the public, within an hour the plan was changed. By 6:30, another report came that said the hearing was postponed. Now, will postponing the hearing change Imran Khan's position? Or the public's thinking? No, it will not. The hearing was postponed because his statement was gaining massive traction, dominating all news in Pakistan. To bury his message, to push it aside, this hearing was postponed. And to highlight the Pakistan-Saudi Arabia alliance news instead. Look, you need to understand who you're up against. You need to look at their track records. Right now, the battle is Imran Khan versus the military establishment. Compare the track records of both. Who is in the habit of accepting defeat? Imran Khan does lose sometimes, but he never accepts defeat. He keeps fighting, keeps going, he just doesn't give up. Our establishment, on the other hand, has a record of accepting defeat. Sometimes in front of politicians, sometimes on the battlefield, sometimes in other areas, sometimes in front of the United States. Whenever they come up against someone stronger, the establishment tends to compromise and, well, occasionally accept defeat. Now, as I told you earlier, in the coming days a demand may rise regarding the retirement of the army chief. Overseas Pakistanis are preparing for this. Protest preparations are underway in London. I told you a few days ago, secretly an event is being designed for Shahbaz Sharif and the army chief. Initially 2 or 3 different venues were selected in secrecy. Each attendee is being screened. The establishment and intelligence agencies are trying to gather at least 500 people in London to create a big impact. They want to send a message to the Western world that Asim Munir and Shahbaz Sharif are acceptable internationally, in Europe, in Western countries. This is why such big efforts are being made. But overseas Pakistanis are saying, We'll come out in huge numbers. We will raise our demands. We will carry posters against those people attending the event. The army chief's attendance is still unconfirmed, but Shahbaz Sharif is now being confirmed to attend some event in London. And overseas, Pakistanis are also planning their counter-protests. So planning is happening on both sides. Let's see who does what. Whatever happens, we'll report it to you. Now let's talk about the Saudi Arabia issue. What exactly is happening? There has been an agreement or alliance between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. But before I explain that, let me tell you, whenever Shahbaz Sharif and the army chief used to visit Saudi Arabia in the past, they were received by minor officials, a small-time governor or someone low-profile. They didn't get much of a protocol because they visited too often. It became routine. But now, when Shahbaz Sharif went, the protocol he received was huge. A 21-gun salute, F-15 fighter jets welcomed him in the skies, Pakistani flags were hoisted across the city, mounted guards welcomed him at the palace, and a guard of honor was given. Why such a grand reception by Saudi Arabia? So, what is this really? Actually, a similar alliance was attempted back in 2015. Journalist Shahid Aslam tweeted a detailed thread with historical records. He explained that Saudi Arabia and Yemen have had a conflict for many years. In 2015, Saudi Arabia asked Pakistan to send troops to fight against Yemen. Nawaz Sharif was Prime Minister at the time. The matter went to Parliament and it was decided we will remain neutral in this conflict. Both are Muslim countries, Saudi Arabia and Yemen. We won't be part of this war. This was also seen by some as a Sunni-Shia conflict. So Pakistan decided to stay out of it. Now, after this new agreement, the question arises, will Pakistani forces now be used to fight the Houthi rebels in Yemen, who are Shia? What will be the reaction within Pakistan? Shahid Aslam raised important concerns. Pakistan is already facing security issues. TTP in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, BLA in Balochistan, tensions with Afghanistan, skirmishes with Iran, border issues with India, Kashmir and water disputes. This new agreement could affect the entire region. Back in 2015, I remember many of my friends in Saudi Arabia told me suddenly we were getting a lot of respect. The locals started treating us very warmly because they believed that Pakistan might send its army to defend Saudi Arabia. But Parliament said, no, we'll stay neutral. Now, from Pakistan's perspective, this new agreement might be beneficial. Maybe Saudi Arabia will give us financial aid, oil on credit, maybe some economic relief. And if Pakistani troops are tasked with protecting the holy sites, there is no greater honor. Every Muslim in the world would be proud to have such a duty. But if this agreement leads to Pakistan entering the Yemen conflict, then it will be a different scenario. This cannot be kept hidden. It will come to light. Iran has strong ties with Yemen. It will become a geopolitical mess. Israel has already attacked Yemen recently, and Yemen retaliated. Even weapons were seen flying over Masjid-e-Nabawi. Both Israel and Yemen use Saudi airspace for their strikes. So the question is this agreement purely for mutual defense? That if Pakistan is attacked, Saudi Arabia will fight for us? Honestly, that's unlikely. Saudi Arabia's military is not as trained for combat as Pakistan's military is. Pakistan's army is highly professional, well-trained and battle-hardened. That's why Saudi Arabia wanted Pakistani forces back in 2015 as well. That's why Raheel Sharif was appointed head of the so-called Islamic Military Alliance. What didn't happen back then has now happened. This agreement can be seen from two angles. One, the official government version, and two, the strategic military angle. The idea of Pakistan fighting Saudi Arabia's war with Yemen. Until something concrete happens, we can't confirm anything. Let's wait and see. That wraps up our translation of Imran Riaz Khan's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.